You've had a terrible day, full of anxiety, worry, and that heavy feeling in your chest. And suddenly, without you calling, without you doing anything, your cat just shows up, jumps on your lap, lies down beside you, and stays there. Coincidence? A lot of people think so. But does your cat really feel your anxiety? Many believe it's nothing but a myth, but in this video, you're going to find out once and for all if it's a myth or pure reality. And, hey, if you have a cat, I need you to watch this video all the way to the end, because what I'm going to show you in part 4 will completely change the way you look at your cat every single morning. Let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was a woman who lived alone with her cat, an orange tabby named Milo. She was going through a really tough time, work problems, debt, and a relationship falling apart. Every night when the anxiety hit hardest, Milo would do the same thing, jump onto the bed, lie down on her chest, and purr for hours. Sarah swore that Milo knew, but most people told her it was just her imagination. Except Sarah wasn't wrong. And here's what's fascinating. Sarah started noticing a pattern. On the days she felt okay, Milo would wander around the apartment, sleep on the couch, and do his own thing. But on the hard days, he was there every single time, as if he had an internal alarm connected directly to her emotions. This isn't a movie. This happens in millions of homes every single day, and it has probably already happened in yours. The question is, why? How can an animal do something like that? That's exactly what we're going to answer right now. Researchers at Oakland University discovered something that changed everything we thought we knew about cats. Cats observe human behavior far more intensely than we ever imagined. They read your body language, your tone of voice, and even your facial expressions. And they adjust their own behavior based on what they perceive in you. But it goes even further than that. Cats have a sense of smell up to 14 times more powerful than humans. And here's the part nobody tells you. When you feel anxious, your body releases cortisol, the stress hormone. That cortisol changes your sweat, your breathing, and even your scent. And your cat detects that chemical change before you even realize you're anxious. That means your cat doesn't wait for you to cry to know something is wrong. He already knows before that. Shocking, right? But wait, there's more. A study published in the journal Animal Cognition showed that cats don't just detect human emotions. They also respond to them differently, depending on their owner's emotional state. When the owner was relaxed, cats behaved independently. They explored the environment, played on their own. But when the owner showed signs of stress, cats completely changed their behavior. They stayed closer, became more attentive, more protective. And do you know what researchers called this? Spontaneous emotional support behavior. Meaning, your cat was never trained to comfort you. He does it by instinct. Now think about this. If an animal can detect your stress chemically, read your body language, and still choose to stay by your side, is that indifference? Is that coldness? No. That is a form of love that most people have never stopped to understand. Now I need to break something that a lot of people believe. Everyone says cats are cold, independent, that they don't care about their owners. That is a myth. What actually happens is that cats express affection differently than dogs. While a dog barks, jumps, and licks you, a cat watches, approaches at exactly the right moment, and stays quietly by your side. And here's what's most mysterious about all of this. Studies show that a cat's purr has a frequency between 25 and 50 hertz. And that frequency has been linked to stress reduction, bone healing, and lower blood pressure in humans. Meaning, while you think you're the one comforting your cat, he may actually be healing you. This was studied by researchers who analyzed the effects of purring on patients with high blood pressure and anxiety disorders. The results showed that just 10 minutes with a purring cat on your lap was enough to significantly reduce cortisol levels in the blood. Cortisol, the same hormone your cat detects when you're anxious, the same one he helps your body eliminate. It's almost like a cycle. You get anxious, he detects it, he comes to you. He purrs, you relax. A perfect system, one that evolved over thousands of years of humans and cats living together. And people still say cats don't care about their owners. The truth is that cats do care. They just care in their own way. And maybe it's time we learn to see that. But here, we enter territory that science has not yet been able to fully explain. Why do some cats seek out their owner at exactly the moment of greatest crisis? Not when you're just feeling a little sad, but at the peak, at the hardest moment. Some researchers believe that cats may be sensitive to subtle variations in the human body's electromagnetic field, which changes during states of intense stress. Others believe it's purely behavioral, that years of observation have turned you into an open book for your cat. And some go even further, saying that the bond between cats and humans goes beyond what science can measure. The truth? Nobody knows for certain. And maybe it's precisely that mystery that makes cats so fascinating. But let me give you a real example that has been covered by several scientific publications. In hospitals and nursing homes around the world, therapy cats were observed doing something inexplicable. They would approach patients in the hours before a medical crisis, before any monitor went off, before any visible sign appeared. How? Nobody can explain it precisely. Some theories point to the detection of changes in body temperature. Others suggest variations in the heart's electrical field during moments of collapse, but no theory explains everything. And that's where cats humble us, you know? We have all the technology in the world, all the science, all the equipment, and a four-legged animal can still perceive things that no machine can. But let's go even deeper. Have you ever heard of Oscar the cat? Oscar was a cat who lived in a nursing home in Rhode Island, USA. And he became famous, not for being cute or funny, but for something that left doctors and researchers completely speechless. Oscar had the ability to predict the death of patients. He would curl up next to patients who were hours away from passing, patients who showed no visible signs of deterioration. No monitor could detect what Oscar already knew. His accuracy was so consistent that the medical staff began using his behavior as a clinical indicator. When Oscar went to a patient's room and stayed, the family was called. Oscar correctly predicted over 100 deaths. Scientists believe he may have been detecting subtle changes in the biochemistry of the body during the dying process, changes that no human knows and no machine could pick up. Now, if a cat can detect something as profound as death approaching, do you still think it's a coincidence when your cat comes to you on your worst days? Think about that. And here's another layer to this mystery that most people never consider. Cats have been companions to humans for over 10,000 years. That is not an accident. That is evolution. Over thousands of years, cats that were more attuned to human emotions survived better, were fed better, were protected better. Which means the cats we live with today are the descendants of thousands of generations of cats that learned, deeply and instinctively, how to read us. Your cat is not just a pet. He is the result of 10,000 years of emotional evolution alongside humanity. And maybe, just maybe, he understands you better than most people do. There is one more thing I want you to think about. We spend so much time wondering if our cats love us, if they care, if they feel anything at all. But what if we've been asking the wrong question this whole time? What if instead of asking, "Does my cat love me?" we started asking, "Am I paying attention to the way my cat shows love?" Because the signs are there. They have always been there. We just never learned to read them. Your cat reads you every single day. The question is, are you reading him back? So the next time your cat appears out of nowhere and lies down beside you on a hard day, know that it was not by chance. He felt you, and now you know the truth. This is not a myth. This is not your imagination. This is science. This is evolution. This is a bond that has been building for thousands of years. Your cat feels your anxiety. He detects it before you do. He comes to you not because he was trained to, but because somewhere deep in his instincts, he knows you need him. And that, to me, is one of the most beautiful things in the world. We spend so much time thinking we are the ones taking care of our cats, feeding them, protecting them, giving them a home, but maybe all along, they have been taking care of us too. If this video surprised you, share it with someone who has a cat and thinks they are cold and indifferent. It will completely change the way that person sees their cat. And subscribe to Catphen, because here we go way beyond the meow. See you in the next video. And before you close this video, tell me in the comments, has your cat ever done this to you? Has he ever shown up in a difficult moment without you calling him? I would love to read your story.